do what it do. So consumed with being nice that I...
Let's walk over here. We'll start with drum heads. We'll start with the drum head production area.
Now I see I wasted so much time. Yes, they like me. They expect me to be there at a drop of a dime. Well, I changed my mind.
What we have behind me is where they do the roll forming of the aluminum. And what we do here is we take a flat piece of aluminum and then we put a bend in it and then we make it into a circle. So they're forming the flat pieces of aluminum, forming into a circle. They size it to a mandrel to make sure that it fits over the drum shell properly. And after that, they cut it into individual flesh hoops.
Holding on that I forgot to just let go. Listening to abusive speech instead of letting feelings show.
Here we have the flesh hoop after it's been welded together. Now it is being cleaned properly, so when we put the resin inside the channel, it will bond to the channel without any obstruction. And so this machine behind me here basically washes that hoop inside and out.
I used to be a midnight teaser. Now I just want to take my time.
Some of the films that we laminate here are fiber skin. You see some new skin, skin deep, those types of things we do here. Some of the films that we buy from outside sources are made to our specifications, such as a black film or some of the other films that we use to laminate. Here we are in our graphics department for our graphic drum heads and graphic covering. The unique thing about what we do with our graphic heads is that we call our graphic heads skin deep, and it's called skin deep because it actually the actual inks are embedded in the film itself, which makes it very, very durable. You will not get our images off of our drum heads. And if I can take this one off here, I'll show you the difference. When we actually print on our film, the inks are embedded through the film itself, so it makes it extremely strong and durable, and it also doesn't change the sound. So if you have a 10 mil piece of film and we print an image on that piece of film, it sounds identical to that film. So that's what's unique about Remo's Skin Deep process. What we have behind me are the conveyors that dispense the resin into the drum heads. And what happens here is you have the film that's been formed and you have the aluminum hoop that's been welded together, and these are now coming together as one unit. So these dispensing units fill the channels with a certain amount of resin, and as they come off the end of the conveyor, they're cured and dried and ready to go to the next step.
But nobody knows the trouble that she's seen. She unwillingly lost her virginity at the age of 15. Yeah, you can look, but you better not touch. I guess the boy next door must have loved her just a little bit too much. Woo! But she's still smiling. I think she's got a gift. The way that she can help people with the smaller problems than hers, they're having a harder time.
Here we are at the very end of the production line where we get the the actual logos of the drum heads. Some of the drum heads will be stamped Remo. Some will be stamped with the Remo crown. Some will be stamped with the other OEM companies that we supply, like Drum Workshop or Yamaha, Pearl. Those types of companies, we will either silk screen or we'll stamp their different logos onto their drum heads. And if it's domestic sales in the United States, the drum heads actually get put into a box, and they have special packaging and so forth that goes with it. If they're going overseas, they generally are bulk packed with that company's logo. So this is the end of the line for the drum heads with the logo stamped on them.
Shine the spotlight on her.
Talk just briefly about our drum shells, the Remo Acousticon drum shells. We have a couple of different types. We have one type that's full, what we call fully impregnated all the way through, which is very resonant, very hard, which is what our Japanese taiko drums are made from. And we have another type, which is actually an impregnated wood fiber that we sort of harden it up so that you can sand it and route it and machine it just like a piece of plywood. And that's what this shell is here. These shells we make for Roland V drums. We then cover that shell, and besides making the mesh head for Roland, we also make the shells. And so we ship these shells to Japan where they install the electronics. The Acousticon is made with real wood fibers, but they're recycled fibers, and they're sort of pressed together. Then we actually embed that in a resin system, so we can make it really hard or soft depending on the end result. Our frame drums are a different kind of Acousticon than our drum shells, and we'll see. I'll show you a little bit down the road the difference in the Acousticon shell. We make our shells for all the Remo products here in this building.
We hope you're enjoying your visit with us. And I want to say hello to all the French drummers, and I want to say merci beaucoup.